about to be reacting to how billionaires assert dominance. Now, me personally, I don't think I've ever been around a millionaire in life. Man, not a billionaire, a millionaire, maybe somebody with a lot of money, but not that much money. So I can't really speak on how they look at things or how they view certain things. I don't even pay attention to what they got going on in life. I'm too busy trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. At least to the 100,000s, you know what I'm saying? The thousands to the millions. But nah, let's see how they view life. Yeah. Or how they assert dominance, my bad.
How to assert your dominance as a billionaire. First, you buy a resort and golf course that's hosting the most prestigious golf tournament in Australia, and then during the tournament, build a 26-foot animatronic dinosaur right in the middle of it, and then pretend that it's no big deal. I didn't want to upset the PGA. They're all nice people. Yeah, you didn't want to offend them, so you built Jeff, the giant T-Rex. This is what Australian billionaire Clive Palmer did.
Across the face, I'm dropping sweet rhymes, I spray verbal mace. You know, Rupert Murdoch's wife, Wendy Dunn, is a Chinese spy.
Stop playing with him.
And that's been right across the world. On Rupert for years.
How do you even get to the status of being a billionaire? Like, not even status. How do you get to the point in life of being a billionaire if you wasn't born into riches or into wealth? Where do you even get that from? I feel like you have to be in the inner circle so people could teach you. You know,
Giving money back to Chinese intelligence. Read the truth about it.
Clive,
she was trained.
Let's face it,
I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. Who cares about me? We care about this country.
What do you mean
the
you're a
policies
bad
we need
person?
to get done.
And as a result, immediately after the tournament was over, the PGA decided to never have one at this location again after 11 straight years. And I think Clive knew exactly what he was doing. But he's an interesting character who might be committing fraud, or he might not.
There's a cheque for $6 million paid to Palmer United Party
Just not true.
American
It's
Express.
just not true.
He's the 5th richest person in Australia. He dumped toxic waste into the Great Barrier Reef. And he once threatened to sue goated Australian YouTuber Friendly Jordies for calling him a
fatty McFuckhead
and a
Dance Humpty Dumpty.
and
niggas got sued for that. You done got sued for your whole life savings for trying to make a joke. Nah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
response, Friendly Jordies released a follow-up video called Fatty. And Palmer eventually decided not to sue, since he probably didn't have much of a case to begin with. Now, as I said, Clive might be committing fraud.
When he got them letters or them settlements in the mail or whatever comes in the form of being sued, that nigga heart dropped to his eyes, boy. Man, imagine a billionaire trying to sue you. He got the best lawyers on the continent of Australia. Man, hell no.
And when he was supposed to be in federal court regarding the collapse of one of his businesses that left almost 800 people without a job, he skipped court. And while he was supposed to be in court, he tweeted this and tried to become a meme or embrace being a meme. I don't know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but of course the judge demanded answers as to why he was sending tweets when he was supposed to be in court. Clive is a pretty petty guy, even, according to the West Australian, filing over 100 lawsuits over the past few decades. But that's not the worst of it.
This nigga's rich. He can do whatever you want to do. He's a billionaire. What can you really do to a billionaire? What are you going to do? Send him to prison? He's not going to prison. Let's be real here. Unless he murders somebody or commits a crime so heinous that he has to be put under, or has to be incarcerated.
Because when Clive bought the resort, he didn't just annoy the PGA. Over 300 people owned villas and apartments on this resort, and after he bought it, he locked them all out. Palmer said that no one was actually locked out, but he did cut the power and water off because they weren't paying for it. Allegedly, that's what he said. And some of the owners confirmed that the water and power had been cut, but one of them said they were basically locked out, so I assume they weren't literally locked out, just forced out. So of course they sued him, and eventually he had to offer them $65,000 each. But as I said, Clive is an interesting man. Because
that's a lot of money, but I know that house and that villa costs way more than that $65,000.
as we speak, Clive
I
is
would
trying
have
to
wanted some inconvenience fees and all that, bro. What you mean? I would have wanted free. Oh man, I would have wanted free rent for a year. All that, bro. What are you
build an
talking
exact replica of the Titanic.
Why?
To go on the water with people in it. In fact, he wants the maiden voyage to follow the exact same route the original Titanic took across the North Atlantic Ocean with the
Nigga, which one of
icebergs.
you idiots is volunteering to get on to that volunteering to get on that death trap. Nigga trying to make a Titanic part 2. What are we talking about here? And knowing how selfish and greedy this man is, you know that all the safety codes ain't gonna be up to date. Like they gonna oversee some safety things. It might happen again. It might happen. History has a funny way of repeating itself. And for you to voluntarily get on the Titanic Junior, you just asking to die, bro. You asking for it.
The
You literally
original
asking for it.
Titanic struck an iceberg that probably drifted down from Greenland, something that happens every spring, and the Titanic hit it right in the middle of April. Clive wants the new Titanic to leave in June 2027. June. Alright, typically in the northern hemisphere, spring ends in June. Seems like they're cutting it really close here, because again, the giant icebergs float in this direction in the spring. Now, of course, they also announced that the ship will have upgraded safety features, but why not just do it in August? For
You have to pay me to get on that boat. And even if you pay me, I have to be sure that I have my own life raft, a life jacket. Um, the helicopters gotta follow us. Like we gotta have helicopters following us just in case something do go wrong. It's a lot of things that I would have to, or that I would need to get onto this death trap. Y'all getting on that for 100,000? 100,000. I might get on it for 100,000. Y'all get on it for 50? I might get on for 50. Y'all get on for 20? Nah, I ain't getting on for 20.
reference, this is what some of the icebergs floating in this area
Damn,
look
that
like.
big ass iceberg. Dog, people seeing this on their day-to-day life. And so you know icebergs as big as this is gonna be shifting down to where you trying to ship the Titanic through. The Titanic Junior through. Man, he too rich, he don't give a damn.
Seems like a really bad idea, but thankfully, he might be bluffing, because an order book for cruise ships acquired by Cruise Ship Industry News
Carnival.
doesn't
Hey man, I went on a Carnival cruise. I liked it. It was fun. The Carnival cruise, it was lit. I like the Carnival. That's the only one I've been on though. Yeah.
anything matching the new Titanic for 2027. Hopefully he's bluffing. But Palmer is just surface level petty. Going further down the petty iceberg, you find people like Vittorio Emanuele, the Prince of Naples. In 1978, after suspecting that he had been the victim of a petty theft on his yacht, he literally killed someone while in the process of trying to kill someone else over a petty theft, and he didn't even know who did it. He just started shooting. But for some reason, after almost a decade in court, he was only found guilty of unauthorized gun possession. This is after he
That's
had
what I'm saying, bro. These niggas can literally buy themselves. They can literally, even if he was to commit a murder or commit a heinous crime, he could just buy himself off of that. They have the best lawyers on the continent, bro. What are we talking about here?
civil court that he was liable and paid a settlement to the family. He didn't serve any time, but years later in 2006, when he was in jail on suspicion of racketeering and sex trafficking with the Sicilian mafia, his cell was wiretapped and he was caught bragging about fooling the French judges in his murder case. Even literally saying, "I was wrong, but I was sure I would win." Damn, bro, no remorse at all. But yeah, he beat the Sicilian mafia case too. But the prince was also somebody that you couldn't take anywhere nice, because he got into a fist fight at a royal dinner in Spain in 2004. Back when the current king of Spain and his wife were still just a prince and princess, Vittorio was invited to their wedding, the future king and queen of Spain. So of course, he took this special occasion to punch his arch nemesis in the face, his cousin. And it was even said that his cousin, Duke Amadeo, would have hit the ground had he not been caught by the former queen of Greece. Then, a few years later in 2007, he sued the Italian government and demanded 260 million euros for kicking his family out of Italy after the Second World War and taking possession of the family's royal palaces. But they only took everything because after his father allowed Italy to vote if they wanted a king or a president, they voted president and then banned his family, because his family was seen as complicit in allowing a certain dictator to come to power and drag Italy into the Second World War in allowing a certain dictator to come to power.
Nigga, I know good white when I see it. He got the purest of the purest white. He sniffed, bro. He sniffed like, boy,
Drag
he was
Italy
off
into
that
the Second
shit.
World War on the losing side. He definitely did not win this lawsuit, and the Italian judges probably laughed at him. Anyway, I came across a situation that involved an incident I knew about, but I didn't realize how cool and also how petty the aftermath was. So, Gianni Versace, he was worth around $800 million at the end of his life, which of course today with inflation that would be over $1 billion. But on July 15th, 1997, Gianni Versace walked outside of his Miami Beach mansion and was randomly murdered by a man named Andrew. The circumstances of this event are very bizarre and as such a subject for a different time. But in a move reminiscent of Julius Caesar and Octavian, Gianni Versace left all of his shares, around 40 or 50% of the
Wait,
company.
that's a nigga. Not, is his last name just Versace, or did he actually like make the line Versace? Did it come from him?
Depending on which source you read, all to his 11-year-old niece, Allegra. Gianni had no children of his own, but his brother Santo,
Medicine Versace, medicine designer. Her name is Allegra, as in the medicine Allegra. Allegra designer. Nice.
that Allegra was his princess. And that's fine and all, cute even. But why not just leave her a huge trust fund or something? She was 11. Now, Santo, being Gianni's older brother, is the president of Versace, and he holds a bigger share than Allegra's mother, Donatella, which is Santo and Gianni's younger sister. But Allegra holds the largest share, possibly making her a billionaire at this
Oh my
point.
gosh,
And
the plastic surgery on this one. She looked like something off The Walking Dead, don't it? Oh my goodness.
according to the oldest
Then look at her. Like y'all having too much money to be looking like this, bro.
American magazine in the US, Santo Versace said that he believes his brother's decision to leave everything to his niece was the result of a moment of tension between them. He didn't say exactly why Gianni would be upset with him, but he did admit to scolding his younger brother for overspending, and they would go back and forth on this subject. And I don't know why Santo would say something like that about his own brother, unless he actually believed it. Which, if true, that's kinda crazy. He was tired of his brother telling him what to do with his money, so in his will, he left it all to a child. Just speculation though, kinda petty if it's true, but good for Allegra for, becoming a millionaire in like 5th grade. But what do you call
Nigga
build
gave me millions in 5th grade. I'm not going to school no more. What the fuck are we talking about here, bro? I'm not going to school no more. That's why I feel like God has a plan. Like God has a plan. I have to do this. I have to go through what I'm going through. I have to live through certain hardships in life. Nigga, you give me $1 million, you make me a millionaire as a 5th grader. I'm not going to school, nigga. Fuck you. Who are you? We go to school to better our knowledge so we can make more money in the workforce. I don't need money for no work shit. Just teach me the family business.
your family the
Word.
most expensive residence in a city where at least half the population lives in poverty? Actually, one of the most expensive residences in the world. But while most people in the city are just trying to survive to the next day, the richest man in Asia builds the Antilia. This is one house with 27 floors, and the ceilings on each floor are so high that the building appears to have 60 floors, but it doesn't. It's just huge. And there's no point in getting into everything in this building because it's essentially an entire neighborhood in one building just for his family. Temples, garages, ballrooms, and a snow room even.
Damn, I would love to be born into that family, bro. Man, like I said, bro, God has a plan. God has a way. This nigga is basically building a village for his family in the middle of the city. They really don't have to leave that motherfucker no more. What?
A snow room in Mumbai, a city that's pretty much 80 degrees Fahrenheit or over 25 degrees Celsius every day. There's no way the snow room isn't horrible for the environment, but it's not as bad as something like this merely existing here. There used to be an orphanage where this building was built. The land here was actually allocated
Wow.
for charity and underprivileged children. And somehow, Mukesh
Nah,
Ambani,
that's fucked up, bro. Did they at least like build them a different area or move them to a better area than where they was? Or did he just say, fuck the kids and just, I want what I want, I'm gonna get what I want?
bought it for well below the actual value of the land, something the state said was illegal. But since Mukesh is really good friends with the Indian Prime Minister, he just kinda got away with it. And if the mere sight of this building wasn't enough to insult literally most of the country, his son's $600 million wedding sure was. For the pre-wedding events, okay, the stuff that happens before the wedding, the Ambani family showed just how much control they have over the city and local authorities when they shut down
I
one of
like
the
my
busiest
hands
parts of the
with
city
wedding.
for 4 days, just so the rich people didn't have to sit in traffic like commoners. The police actually agreed to this and made this announcement, which of course
I'd be
outraged
damned if I'm paying taxes in this city like this and y'all just doing anything to accommodate those that are well fortunate, well off. But y'all, ugh, I feel like the world is like that in general. Like they look down on people that don't have a lot, but they'll move mountains for people that could do a lot for them, or the people that has a lot of say so and a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, you got a lot of power. You got a lot of power, you got a lot of say so. That's just the way it is, bro.
a lot of people. They blocked public roads, okay? Every public road leading to this one convention center in a city with a metro population of about 20 million people, all because the richest family in Asia wanted to party. And of course, it wouldn't be an out-of-touch billionaire party without random celebrities from the West making an
Oh,
appearance. And I say 600.
this where Rihanna. I heard about this. I heard about her having to perform for an Indian wedding, but she got paid like millions, like millions. I forget exactly how much, but she got paid millions to perform for this Indian wedding, bro. I heard about this. This happened like maybe a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I remember.
Million, but some sources put this wedding at $1 billion. So yeah, but anyway, in celebration of the New York Knicks only making Spike Lee wait till he was 69 to bring another championship to the city, I have to bring up James Dolan, the billionaire owner of the New York Knicks and Madison Square Garden. A man so petty that he's been known to argue with fans and ban anyone that upsets him. Like for instance, he used
Imagine arguing with the owner of the Madison Square Garden. The nigga said, "You're banned for life. Do you not know who I am?" Um, do you or what is something that rich people be saying? Do you not the hold on? Yeah, let's just say that. You must not know who I am. You're banned for life. You get to laughing at that nigga face because you think he's just a drunk white dude just joking or just talking out his ass because he just that drunk. Whole time he the real owner. Oh yeah, I'd be pissed off, boy.
facial recognition in Madison Square Garden to ban every attorney that works at the law firm that was suing his business. And aside from being a billionaire businessman, he also is a musician. Not a very well-known musician, but he has the leverage of owning a very big venue. In fact, one of the most important venues in the United States. And when the Eagles, one of the greatest rock bands of all time, was scheduled to perform in Madison Square Garden, James Dolan's building, he himself booked his own band to open for the Eagles.
It should be
Why?
a power and
Well,
money like
it's his
that, nigga. Y'all performing in my house. I'll do the same shit. What you mean? He not wrong for that. In my opinion, he not wrong for that. I got the power and the leverage. Y'all performing in my establishment. I'm going to open for y'all. Don't worry. Fuck whoever y'all on the road with. Don't worry. I'm going to open for y'all. Yeah. 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 He's rich. He can do
But it's
whatever he
alright,
wants.
James. I won't make a whole bit about you. You guys just won a championship. Enjoy it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and follow me on social media. And I love you guys and I'll see you next time.
Madison Square Garden. But nah, this is how billionaires assert their dominance. I really didn't. I'm gonna keep it G real. I didn't know nothing about nothing in this video till he taught me. So this was great knowledge, you know. Only heard somewhat word about the Rihanna and the Indian wedding that happened maybe a year or 2 years ago. That's about it. Excuse me, I had to burp. But nah, all I got from this video is you have money, you have power. And when you have power, you have respect. So get your money up, not your funny up. But nah, I said what I said and y'all heard what I said. So I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.